I stopped using Bond Repair and my hair actually got better, which made absolutely no sense because I was doing everything everybody told me to do. I was using Olaplex, K18, all of it, Bond builders and protein, all in the attempt to make my hair stronger. My hair started feeling like straw, and I had even more split ends than when I was bleaching and coloring my hair. If your hair is feeling dry, stiff, and like it's just not responding to anything anymore, this might be why. And the weird part is that these products actually work. So why was my hair getting worse? Because here's the thing, Bond Repair did work for me when I was bleaching and dyeing my hair. It made a huge difference back then. My hair needed something to make it stronger, to handle all the chemicals and the bleach. But now my hair's natural and it's gray. But I kept using the same routine I was using when I was bleaching and dyeing my hair. And if you've embraced your natural hair color, then this is where things can get really confusing. I mean, I thought, well, I still heat style my hair, so I probably need Bond Repair and strengthening products, right? Products with lots of protein in them, right? I mean, heat equals damage, so it makes sense to want to repair it. At least that's what most of us assume. I know I assumed that, but that's where things started going wrong. And part of the reason this is so confusing is that Bond Repair is everywhere right now. And I'm not picking on these brands. It just seems that every brand has a bond strengthening or bond repair line. So it starts to feel like this is just part of a normal routine, right? Like something you're supposed to use all the time.
And it's not just in shampoos and conditioners. You can find it in styling products, hair serums, everywhere. And you have popular influencers creating entire hair care systems that layer Bond Repair products on top of each other. They might work for some, but not for everyone.
And then it gets even more confusing because you have Bond Repair, but then you also have products containing protein. And they're not exactly the same thing, but a lot of these products have both. If your hair doesn't actually need Bond Repair, and then you're layering a bunch of protein on top of that, that's when your hair can feel dry and brittle. And I bought into that. I rotated through all of them, Olaplex, K18, all the brands with repair and strengthening, thinking I needed the right one and that more was better. And if you've been trying multiple products, trying to find one that's going to fix your hair, you're not alone. But you need to be clear on what exactly are you trying to fix. Like take Olaplex and K18. These are like the standard in the industry for bond repair. These are not bad products. They're designed to repair broken bonds within the hair, which does happen with bleach and chemical processes. These saved my hair on more than one occasion, believe me. But what I started questioning was, do I actually have that kind of damage anymore? Because my hair is completely natural now. And if your hair is natural, especially if it's gray, then any damage that you have is not the same kind of damage as if you were bleaching and dyeing your hair. And even though heat tools can stress the hair, it's not the same kind of structural damage as chemical processes. And that's when it clicked for me. I was treating my hair like it was broken when it was really just dry. Gray hair isn't damaged hair, it's just different hair. It's usually drier and coarser and more prone to feeling rough. So if your gray hair feels like straw, that doesn't automatically mean it's damaged. So what I was doing was I was using Bond Repair on hair that didn't actually need repair, and then layering it with other protein-heavy products, because a lot of these Bond Repair products also have a lot of protein. And if your hair doesn't actually need that, then your hair is going to feel stiff, dry, brittle, and just like straw. Too much protein can make your hair feel strong but not flexible. It makes it more prone to breakage. That's when it starts to feel brittle instead of healthy, and it makes it more prone to snapping and breaking off. A lot of times that's why if you're trying to grow your hair long, that it's not growing. It's not that it's not growing from here, it's that it's breaking on the end. It made my hair feel so stiff, dry, and just harder to manage. And the heat styling part? Yeah, heat styling can cause damage, but that's what heat protectant is for. Not treating your hair like it's chemically broken all the time, because it's not. That was part of the point, right? And this is when I started looking at all of my products and realizing just because something's popular doesn't mean your hair automatically needs it. I had to be honest with myself. Some of it wasn't working for me anymore, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And if you've held on to products because you've spent the money on them already, I get it. I totally get it. But what's the point in holding on to something if it's not working for you and actually making your hair work? It just ends up costing you more in the long run. So when I pulled back on the bond repair and the protein and I started focusing on moisture instead, things like conditioning, softer routines, not layering heavy treatment, my hair started feeling softer again, more flexible, less brittle. Listen, I still think bond repair and protein are great if your hair actually needs it. If you bleach or color or otherwise chemically process your hair, it makes sense. But if your hair is natural, you may not need it the way you think you do. And honestly, that's something I wish I understood sooner. If you found this video helpful, make sure that you give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. You might think that you're subscribed, but you might not actually be subscribed. Also share it with somebody that might find it useful. As usual, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.